With the Eternal set to be released next year, news is that Korea's most famous macho actor, Ma Dong-Seok, will be joining Angelina Jolie and Kumail Nanjiani to feature in the movie. We don't know yet what role he's going to play, but today we're going to look into the general background of the Eternals and specifically who Ma Dong-Seok is and why he would be a great fit in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So then, let's first look into the storyline of the Eternals. So the Eternals are a superhuman race who were genetically engineered by these godlike beings called the Celestials. And if you recall the Collector's history lecture, the Celestials would go from planet to planet, both creating and destroying civilizations using the Infinity Stones.
Down entire civilizations like wheat in a field.
Peter Quill's father, Ego, was also a Celestial, and if you remember, he wasn't so different from Thanos, trying to wipe out pretty much the entire universe. And the Krees and the Skrulls that appear in Captain Marvel were also the genetic creations of these Celestials. And just like them, the Celestials created these races called the Eternals, whose purpose was to protect Earth and its inhabitants. Although their exact abilities varied by individual, the Eternals had superhuman strength and were potentially capable of blasting energy from their bodies, flying, generating force fields, and some could even mind control. One Eternal you may be very familiar with is no other than Thanos, who was born on the planet Titan, son to King Alars, the Eternal who ruled Titan. Anyways, along with the Eternals, the Celestials also created their enemy race called the Deviants, who by our standards looked hella ugly. And although Thanos was an Eternal, he was born with a genetic mutation called Deviant Syndrome, which gave his purple look and also his enormous physique and extraordinary strength. So one thing we can look forward to is seeing powerful Eternals and their rival Deviants show and tell their abilities, which brings us to Ma Dong-Seok. Who is he, and would he be a good fit? Well, Jason Blum described Ma Dong-Seok as Korea's Dwayne Johnson, which he kind of is. Just by looking at his recent appearance in the movie Champion, you'll notice that Ma Dong-Seok is a big guy with big muscles, which makes him a great fit to play a bulked up Eternal like Gilgamesh or Hercules, who are known for their immense size and strength. Now, in the Infinity War, Iron Man's strongest punch kind of tickled Thanos. But if Ma Dong-Seok was an Eternal, his slap and punch would probably give Thanos a run for his money.
안 들려 삭신이 오 대표님.
네, 그런데요.
이 새끼가 왜 내 동생 괴롭혀?
And on top of his strong hook, Ma Dong-Seok has a couple of other moves up his sleeves. In the Train to Busan, he throws a zombie up the ceiling. And you could tell he's a fan of wrestling because he does the spine buster. Ma Dong-Seok also has a very strong hand grip, which he'll use to stop fights and to cripple people's hands. But Ma Dong-Seok's Nutcracker is probably the scariest of them all. And many were shocked to see Thanos beat the Hulk up like a sandbag. But just like Thanos, Ma Dong-Seok will probably be one badass Eternal who could put up a good fight. So I think we can expect to see Ma Dong-Seok kick some serious ass, either as an Eternal or a Deviant. And speaking of Deviant, with the right makeup, I think he would also suit as a Deviant. Yeah, I think he should be a divine than an eternal. The synchronization rate is just hilariously high. So I hope this video helped you get to know who Ma Dong-Seok is, and if you're wondering whether you should subscribe, let me make it easier for you. The button is on the left. Don't need to hesitate. Just push the button. 감사합니다. This was Kmoovy.